We are a deliberately developmental organization. We use the Conover emotional intelligence tools. We believe that work develops people instead of people are just there to do work. The way we do this is we always start out with what does success look like to an individual. So we had one gentleman come in whose success looked like his kids going to college, Giovanni and Jose. And so I said to him, what's so important about Giovanni and Jose going to college? And he said, you know, I was in college for a little while and I dropped out. I didn't see the importance of it. And so I look back on it now and I made a huge mistake. I want Giovanni and Jose to go to college. And then he got real serious and he said, you know, Bill, being a minority is very difficult. He said, you don't get a fair shot. A lot of people don't want you to succeed. I worked at a company for 10 years and they made up something about me that wasn't true, and so they let me go. I did a great job for them and it's just unfair. Being a minority is not a good thing. So I looked at this gentleman's emotional assessment. The assessment said that he didn't understand empathy so well. And so I said, what does it mean if I'm sitting like this? And he said, well, you're mad at me. And I said, okay, maybe I'm mad at you, but what else could that be? Could it be perhaps that I'm cold? Or is it possible that I'm afraid of you? I said, why don't you do this? Why don't you go back and take the enhancement to this? And also, in that time period, if you trust someone, just say, hey, what's really going on here right now? Get some feedback. He came back in 3 weeks. I said, how did that go? He said, well, this morning, I said to my wife, are you mad at me? And she said, no, I'm just testing the theory. So at age 38, this gentleman is reevaluating mental models that he and his wife have had all their lives. And then he leaned in and he said, Bill, are you going to tell me that my ideas about minorities is incorrect? And I said, no, I just don't know when they are correct. And then if it is correct that someone is treating you poorly because of that, then what does it say about them? Or perhaps, what should you do about that? So there's a lot of other questions. I said, tell you what, in the next 3 weeks, when you meet someone and you have that feeling and you trust them, why don't you ask them? Okay, so he came back 3 weeks later, different person, a completely different person, unburdened, happy. And today he is a crew chief, and the baggage and the weight of that obstacle is out of there. And every time we talk, he relays how that was such an epiphany to him and how it's just freed him up. He is clearly a happier, more confident person, and of course that translates to a much more effective worker. So it's a very special product line. To me, it's like a steal. So for that little money, you could change someone's life, literally. There couldn't be a better payback than that.